smiling behind those masks because I see your eyes all crinkle up. It's good to see everybody here. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We got a few minutes. You may chat.
Not to sing, so everything will be done from the platform. But soon we'll be able to, they said, when I called on Friday. Everybody got that? Okay.
should sing a rousing happy birthday, even though we're not supposed to. You can sing it in your head, and I'll sing it out loud for you. So, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Reverend Dr. Beverly. Happy birthday to you. And many, many more. All right. Well, good morning. Love seeing you all here. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Happy Easter. And I hope your day started out somewhere with a smile. I took a little walk this morning, heard the birds chirping, and smelled the citrus blossoms, and oh, that just really started my day, made me smile. So I hope there was something that you could smile about. And if not, we've got a song by Karen Drucker called I Start My Day. She'll tell you all about it. Catherine.
of them.
And so, would you please read along with me the affirmation on the back of your order of service? We are a loving spiritual community that offers opportunity for personal growth and joyful self-expression. We are passionately dedicated to welcoming a diversity of people, activities, and ideas. We open our hearts and minds to the expression of compassion and the experience of personal growth as we live and practice science of mind principles. And welcome and happy Easter. Welcome to Center for Spiritual Living, La Crescenta. We haven't been here since July, and we're just delighted to return and see all of you this wonderful, wonderful day. So we have a lot of wonderful things coming up for you. We have extra music, and what I would ask you to do, go ahead and clap, but I'm reminding you again, perhaps, I don't know these tier things. What are we on, orange now? Whatever that is. Soon you'll be able to speak and sing. And now we get to hear from our beloved Cecilia Sellis. She's going to bless us with some wonderful, wonderful music.
Okay, now you can hear me. Catherine, push the magic button. You know, I've spent a lot of time imagining what you all look like. And it's good to actually see your faces, and you all look so beautiful, and It's just wonderful to have everybody back here, and even some new people back in our church home and in our sanctuary. So we absolutely feel blessed, one, to share this day together. It is the day of Easter. It is the day of resurrection. And as I shared in my metaphysical lesson this morning, every day we resurrect when we get out of bed. And every day I know I am grateful, and I'm sure you all are too as well. So this is our meditation, our prayer time to just step into that space of the divine. We are that divine, but this is that moment to absolutely focus that we are that we are that God expressing, that we are that God being creative and powerful. So I invite you to just be comfortable in your seat and close your eyes if you're comfortable with that, so that you are in your own space. And just imagine and feel that powerful light that surrounds you, that light that you are immersed in, that light that you are. And as we breathe in that light and we breathe in that breath, we know and claim that this is a time of renewal. Renewal in our lives, renewal in our thinking, renewal in the world. And this is that time to remember that we are that peace, that divine, comforting, calming peace. With every breath at our core, that peace is vibrating and vibrating out into the world. And with every breath, let us remember that we are that divine love. We are that expression of God that is love. That love comes from our heart. It sustains us. It nurtures us. It is shared out with others, as is our light. And it gives great peace and calm. To know that within each one of us there is that core of love, that powerful healing agent, that agent of creation, and knowing that it is all good and that we are blessed in every single way because we are that love expressing. And as we breathe in and breathe out, we know and claim for ourselves wonderful, great health, perfect health. Every cell remembers the truth of who we are. We are perfection, regardless of any appearances. Again, there is in that core that perfection of perfect health. And as we breathe, we claim for ourselves prosperity and abundance, knowing that as a divine child of God, all of our needs are met and taken care of in every single way. There is always divine order and divine right action, and everything falls into place because everything is God. And so knowing and claiming these things for each one of us, knowing that we are blessed, absolutely blessed, I gratefully release these words into that divine law of manifestation. That law that says it is all God and it is all good. And for this, we are truly grateful. And so it is.
So please join me in your mind singing, and so it is. It's not my second song yet. And so it is. God is all there is. Not yet. Little different order. God is all there is. I am one with the Spirit. I realize the truth, and I speak it. I am thankful for it all. I release it. I let it go. And so it is. And so it is. I know it is. And I receive as I believe. Amen. Amen. Amen.
Now it is time for the Ernest Holmes inspirational reading. It's on page 630, and this is where Ernest Holmes describes the meaning of resurrection. Rising from a belief in death, a restoring or a renewal. We recognize that life is an unfoldment and must necessarily culminate in a victory over death. Jesus made it plain that we should do even greater things. He taught us that the kingdom of heaven is not reached through the gateway of death, but by overcoming our limited beliefs while here, by recognizing the Father within. And so it is.
Now, my second song is called Circle, just talking about our beautiful world, the circle of life, the fact that we're all connected together. And this is a song composed by Jed Friedman and Cynthia Weil. Some say the walls between us stand so tall, they don't see there's just one sun shining on us all. I say we each choose roads to call our own, but none of us is traveling through this universe alone. And this circle just goes on and on. It began before us, it will be here when we're gone. And this circle just goes on and on and on, connecting our humanity, joining me to you and you to me. Seasons keep spinning on the wheel of time. We stand, we fall, we struggle up the mountains we must climb. Different dreams may color what we see ahead, but our lives are strong together, all a common thread, and this circle just goes on and on. It began before us, it will be here when we're gone, and this circle just goes on and on and on, connecting our humanity, joining me to you and you to me. Around and round and round and round we go. Around and round we go. Laugh and learn and change and grow. Around and round we go. And this circle touches everyone as it crosses every boundary underneath the sun. And this circle just goes on and on. It began before us, it will be here when we're gone. Yes, this circle just goes on and on and on. Someday we will come to see and join to you and you to me. Okay, maybe.
Next is our affirmation of the month. Please read along with me. I want you to know that I wrote this thing when I had a friend who was very critical. And I just said to him, be patient. God isn't finished with me yet. He laughed and he never was critical again, but I think I made my point. So just please read along with me. I am a masterpiece and also a work in progress. My inner voice guides me in the right direction, and so it is. And now we get to hear again from our beloved CSLLC.
Now I'm on track. So I have something for you that is Easter music.
one of my absolute favorites, and those of you who have had the privilege of listening to the town singers sing that along with a pipe organ, it's to live for. How many of you been to the town singers concerts when they, isn't that wonderful? So today I'm going to talk to you about Handel. He was born, and I don't know how, when I was researching, I thought, how do they know this? He was born on a cold February day in 1685, deep in the heart of Germany. His father was a prominent and successful barber surgeon for the local duke and had determined early on that young George would study civil law. I have a question here. Have any of you had parents who wanted to decide for you what you were going to do, but you decided to take another path? Something to think about. But George was drawn to more things artistic, especially more musical. He was intrigued by instruments, the sounds they could make, and the feelings they could evoke. His practical father intervened and forbade him from taking part in what he called musical nonsense. That wasn't about to stop the determined little youngster. By some unknown means, George was able to get a small clavichord and smuggle it to a tiny room at the top of the house. Then at night, while the rest of the family was asleep, George would silently creep up to the room and play music, ever so quietly, late into the night. It was there that Handel discovered the magic of music. It came as a complete surprise to the family and friends at church one day when the 8-year-old climbed up on the organ bench and began to play the postlude. Everyone was shocked, especially his father, who had no idea his son was so gifted. Even so, his father sternly reminded son that his destiny was for something more practical than music. Eventually, Handel enrolled in law school, according to his father's wishes, but the musical pull was too great. Soon he left the confines of the classroom and headed out on the road. He traveled from city to city, learning what he could about each area's musical styles and gifts, before he finally settled in London in 1711 at age 26. There, his operas and oratorios gained wide acceptance, and Handel became an established part of English music and society circles. But by the time the 1730s, British audiences had grown tired of operas sung in German or Italian and preferred comedic performances in English. This was good for Handel, who struggled to keep his creditors away, and led him to push himself to the limit by composing 4 operas within the same year. As a result, he suffered a stroke. This is really, I want you to really listen to this. He suffered a stroke that paralyzed his right arm. The doctor who treated him said, "We may save the man, but the musician is lost forever." It seems to me, this is what the physician said, it seems to me that his brain has been permanently injured. But Handel refused to give up and surprised everyone when he miraculously recovered his strength and declared, "I have come back from Hades." This is a reminder to us, my friends, to not judge by appearances. Do not judge by appearances. In 1741, swimming in debt and out of favor as a composer, and he was basically taken out of the royal court, and he moved to, I believe it was Ireland. And he received a libretto from Charles Jennens, a poet with whom he had worked previously, but he didn't like him very much. Using scripture references, the libretto detailed the life of Jesus from his birth and ministry to his crucifixion and resurrection. Now, he related to this because in this libretto is written despised of men. And he felt he had been despised by the folks in England. On August 22nd, 56-year-old Handel sequestered himself in his London home and began to compose music to the biblical texts heralding the life of Jesus. In just 23 days, he completed a 260-page oratorio. He titled the massive work, The Messiah. It's interesting because he sequestered himself and he barely ate, barely slept. His friends were really worried about him, but he made through that as well. Handel told the sponsors of the premiere performance of Messiah in Dublin, Ireland, this was Easter Sunday, April 13th, 1742. Prior to that, he had worked with a couple of choirs and worked with them, and one of the things I read was that mercilessly he worked with them, that the proceeds, now listen to this, from the performance should be donated to prisoners, orphans, and sick. I have myself been a very sick man and am now cured. I was prisoner and now have been set free. The performance received rave reviews and exceeded expectations, raising 400 pounds, freeing 142 men from debtor's prison. The charity sponsors, hoping to squeeze in additional paying patrons, this is the funny part, had asked the ladies to refrain from wearing hoops under their skirts and encouraged men to leave their swords at home so they could squeeze more people into the performances. Although the work was well received in Dublin, it was interesting because it was so successful, and he was not real happy with these folks. And so when they were asking him to perform for them, he said, no. Well, eventually he did. And the way it came about was in 1749, it was another charity performance to assist with the completion of London Foundling Hospital for abandoned infants and children that began a series of concerts that once again brought Messiah to public audiences with renewed appreciation. Easter time performances of Messiah continued each year at the Foundling Hospital until the 1770s, and Handel conducted or attended every one of them until he passed in 1759. Some 40 years after the premiere, English musicologist Charles Burney wrote, "This great work has been heard in all parts of the kingdom with increasing reverence and delight. It has fed the hungry, clothed the naked, fostered the orphan, and enriched succeeding managers of the oratorios more than any single production in this or any other country." What a generous man. What I want you to gain from this is, again, he wasn't accepting the fact that he would never do music again. Judge not by appearances. Now I'm going to tell you about another friend of mine, and as I looked through both Handel's life and my friend, it was love. It was love. His love of music, his love of humanity for Handel. My friend was a body shop owner. And what he would do, he would something to the cars, I forget, and then he would slosh it with water, and then he would, sand was the word I was looking for, he would slosh it with water, and then bring a flame to it. Someone had put a flammable in the water bucket. And when he put the flame to it, he was badly burned. And the same day, his wife had given birth to their second child at Glendale Adventist. They took him to the hospital. He told them, please do not tell her. And he was also told, you will never use that arm again. He told me he wasn't going to let that happen. He had a family. He had 2 young daughters, a wife. He had to get back to work. And a nurse was helpful. She gave him weights, and he would lift those weights up and down until he could move his arm. And he said every time he did that, there were tears because it was so painful. But he was determined. Why was he determined, my friends? It was love for his family. It was love for his family. And so what we take away from these lessons between Handel and my friend is that when we put love into our lives, regardless of the circumstances that we might find ourselves in, we can always and forever know that as beloved children of the Most High, that the message is there. We are divinely guided. We are divinely perfected. We are the power and the glory that is in God. Every bit of us, every part of us, we have that spark of divinity. And so I know there are times, because, we ministers aren't perfect. We have our challenges, believe me. We have to go back to that divine perfection and know that the love of God is flowing through us, showing what to do, when, and how to do it. I can't even begin to tell you how important this is. I had one professor in seminary who used to tell us to say this: show me how to do this as you, God. Show me how to do this as you. And always remember, every single one of us is a divine incarnation, divine, unique incarnation of the very powerful God. Claim your power. Know that whatever it is that you would like to see happen in your life, in the world, and believe me, at this moment I'm asking all of us to pray for our world, pray for our communities, and know that the living, loving presence of God, the peace that passes all understanding, can move through us. Can you only believe that when we do this, when we have the collective consciousness, of peace, that's when it's going to happen. That's when we're going to have peace on earth. We have to claim our power, my friends. We have to know that all is well in the world. We have to know that. We turn from appearances. Whenever anything is happening in your life that you don't like, turn from that appearance and turn toward that which you would like to experience. Because the living, loving presence of God right within you can make it happen. All you have to do is accept the gift. And so ends our lesson.
So now is our time of offering, but we're not going to be passing the plate around. There is a plate at the back. If you have not yet put your offering in, you are welcome to do so. But let's just sing in your mind. I'll sing out loud. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so thankful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so thankful. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. am so thankful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so thankful. I am so blessed. And I am so thankful that you are all here and we are all together. I am so blessed.
This is a mind reading day. So, with your mind, read with me while I share with you our offertory ideas about sharing. I am open to abundance in all aspects of my life. My grateful heart is a magnet that attracts everything I desire. And that's the truth. Amen. So I'd like to thank everybody for all your offerings that you share with us today and all the offerings that you shared with us through the past year while we've been on YouTube. We really appreciate your support for your church home and for all that we do together. So in that moment, I'd like to say a prayer for us, knowing that in this moment, and in every moment, we are absolutely blessed with abundance and prosperity. Always our needs are met. Always we are taken care of because we are the expression of God, and that God is abundance and prosperous, is creative, is powerful, is love, is joy. It is all things, and we are all that. So in gratitude for our offerings received today and in the past and in the future and in the very now moment, every moment is now. We are absolutely grateful because we know and we claim that as we give, we receive it back in many, many ways, and it is all good. And so it is.
What I neglected to put on the order of service, and I want to do this with you because I think it's a good way to begin your day, your week. Please repeat after me. Something wonderful, don't repeat it out loud. Something wonderful is happening through me right now. It's happening through my mind. Okay, go ahead. My body and every aspect of my life. I think it. I know it. I believe it. I accept it. I'm never alone. For God is right where I am. And so it is. I hope no one's watching.
Well, it's time. It's time to sing about being the peace on earth. So, let there be peace on earth. And again, in your mind. And not out loud. I'm singing for you, okay? On earth, now it has begun with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be. pure, united all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Peace has begun with me, so this is the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyous vow, to take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, now it has begun with me. Hey! All right.
One last word. Unfortunately, if you did not RSVP for the brunch, we probably won't have, I'm not a loaves and fishes person. I wish I was. But you can stand in line like they do for the vaccines, just in case there's something left over. So if you have a reservation, go to the front of the line.